World leaders gathering to salute a pivotal turning point on the road to victory, of course, over Adolf Hitler. The 70th anniversary of D-Day, an event never to be forgotten, a day when thousands of Americans lost their lives fighting for our freedom.
In fact, it was a singular moment in American history, a morning filled with heroism, sacrifice, courage, and agony. Allied invasion forces landed on the rocky beaches of Normandy, fighting for a foothold in a war to liberate Europe. Next, White House Chief Correspondent Ed Henry is live in Normandy, France. Ed, how was this momentous moment, 70 years, how was it remembered today?
Well, Charles, it was interesting because I think it was particularly poignant this year because you have so many of the greatest generation that are fading away, and this could be the last momentous celebration that they can actually make it to France for. And so that added a lot to it, and there's 9,000, more than 9,000 Americans who lie and rest behind me here at this really incredible cemetery. And I can tell you that during the ceremony, when they had a 21-gun salute, and then there was a flyover with the Air Force, it was so loud, you could feel it, and people were emotional. There were tears, there was gratitude. And I think what President Obama was trying to do as the greatest generation fades away was pass the torch to what he called the 9/11 generation and say, look, you've got to step up now. And there are members of the 9/11 generation, younger folks serving in the military, fighting terrorism around the world. And the president tried to remind them of what the greatest generation had done. Listen.
Normandy. This was democracy's beachhead. And our victory in that war decided not just a century, but shaped the security and well-being of all posterity.
Now, the president told the story of one D-Day vet who was here today, Harry Kolkowitz, who had lied about his age 70 years ago in order to enlist because he wanted to fight for his country. And so here he is today for this momentous occasion, and the White House told him, you're going to have lunch with the president. You can eat anything you want. What do you want? And Harry said, I want a hamburger. And as the president said, what could be more American than that? An American hero coming back. He can order lobster, he can get whatever he wants. He wants a hamburger.
And we're going to be making hamburgers at the end of the show, so very fitting. All right, so Ed, it seems that the day's events even brought new cooperation among some world leaders, right?
Yeah, it was interesting because the other thing hanging over this ceremony, if you will, was the fact that President Obama was here in Europe in part to try to reassure allies about Vladimir Putin. What's his next move? And will President Obama be there for some of these European allies if Putin goes somewhere else beyond Ukraine? That's why this whole trip started in Poland before we ever got to France. And so today it was interesting. President Obama had a 15-minute meeting on the sidelines with Vladimir Putin. They were both here in Normandy, so that's interesting. And President Obama, we're told, urged Putin to meet with the president-elect of Ukraine, and that happened as well. So look, there was no major breakthrough. There's still a crisis in Ukraine, but the fact that today on this momentous occasion, folks put aside the tensions, maybe that's a first step towards something, Gretchen.
I have to say, having been to Normandy, it's an amazing sight. I would encourage anyone who has a chance to do that. On a little bit of a lighter note, Ed, so sorry that you couldn't be the first sidekick.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I mean, I think Charles is doing a great job, but I got to figure out what I can do. I mean, I actually met your husband last weekend, and I tried to get a word in. He likes me. I thought you liked me. You know, maybe.
I love you, Ed.
Bring me in.
Yeah, you might be. Well, who knows what week you'll be? It'll be a surprise. Thanks so much.